Alright, I'm going to be doing a video on disassembly and cleaning and regular maintenance stuff that you should do with your Smart Parts Ion. As you can see, I've already taken out the barrel and got at that bolt, and there's one on the back of the trigger frame and one inside the trigger guard on the trigger frame. And then you can apply gentle pressure to the board and it'll scoot up there. And you got one, I think they're called banjo fittings. There's one right there that you're going to need to take off, and that'll free up your hose right there. I'm going to set down the video camera and take care of that real fast. Alright, now that's loose. So now you should be able to just pull everything straight up and out. There you go. So now you have your bolt and your board and your solenoid and everything. Then there's two more banjo fittings. One right there, one right there. Alright, I'm going to set it down again and loosen those up. Okay, so now I've undone that banjo fitting and this banjo fitting. Something to note on the one that's more towards the front of the gun. Get rid of the Allen wrench. See if you can see this. That plugs into a little, I don't know what you would call it, but plugs into this. And that's what powers the eyes. And make sure you don't yank too hard on your gun just because of one of the banjo fittings that's stuck. It's because this thing is still plugged in. Alright, so now you have just the bolt and all your internals. Now, the bolt is just you're gonna grab the body kit, which is a new thing, and push forward on the feed neck, and it'll slip right out, just like that. And here, this just simply unscrews. And that just pulls out. Now here we're going to pay a little bit of attention to the eyes. If your gun isn't shooting, it's probably because the eyes are dirty. And what the eyes are, they're just two infrared beams, and they won't fire unless they won't fire if they're touching each other. And if a paintball is down in the breech, they won't touch each other, so the gun will shoot. And that way you're going to greatly reduce your number of chopped balls. Anyway, to get it out, you just take a little bit of pressure, grab it evenly, and it'll just pull straight up. And then you have your eyes. You're going to make sure those little LEDs on the end are clear. Yeah, and that's pretty important. Set it aside. Then you're just left with a breech. The detents, there's one right there, that big black dot. There's one on this side, the big black dot. To get them out, you're just going to want to reach into the inside and poke them out. I'm not going to right now because that requires two hands, and I don't have two hands right now. Alright, so now we're left with the bolt. Not much to say here other than that you should lube it often and just spread some lube on there, and then to reassemble it, it just goes back in like this. right? And then you have that. And then this, don't forget to put your eyes and your detent back in. Take care of that real fast. Okay, and then this just screws into there. Oh, I was trying to do camera angle there, it didn't work. That just screws back together. Make sure all your O-rings in there are in place too. Then you have this, right? And then just slip it back into your body kit until it goes all the way back, and then make sure that you're lined up there. And then just reverse the process. Make sure you get all the, oh crap, I forgot to plug in the eyes. Well, I guess you still could from this way, but yeah, plug in the eyes, and then you're good to go. Slip the board back down in, and then screw everything back together, and you're good to go. That's just a little basic stuff about the Smart Parts Ion.